You know this, bro. You know.
And we're live.
We are. We are indeed. First ever live podcast, baby.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, who's not here.
What's going on? Way to like start off negative, Doug. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen that don't even exist.
Ladies and gentlemen who don't appear to be here.
We literally just started.
Yeah, I know.
Give it a damn chance.
I'll give it a minute.
What's going on, y'all? How we doing? Wait a second. My shit ain't... What? My stream's okay. It's everything here.
That makes sense. It's everything
All
else.
No, the other computer.
Oh.
Oh, okay. It was being weird. It was like, okay. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
How we
We're
doing?
live for our first podcast, man.
First.
This is weird.
This is
Usually we do this.
This is the
off.
first live podcast. This is episode 11. We've been doing this a minute. Which means we're fucking
Holy shit.
pros.
Yeah, super pros. Oh, hey, Doug, thanks for saving a civilian. I should probably move that from like away from your face.
Oh, yeah. I tried to like move this in between the two of us.
Oh, there we
best
go.
I could.
Yeah, I just got it in between us. Now, you saved 2 civilians, bro. I appreciate you, man. This is gonna be so weird. We're gonna be talking to each other, but also we're gonna be talking to
Yeah.
anybody that comes into here.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
mean,
be fun, man.
this is what we've been working up to, you know. Hopefully, you know, you learn something. How about this? We'll just give you a little rundown of who we are, what we do, and what our podcast is about. If you haven't
These people
seen
ain't gonna learn shit.
I mean, you don't know that.
You're right. We don't know that. But that's why we're here, man, because we just want to talk about our love of all things nerdy, man.
Yep.
Now we're going to get into this in a minute, but you can't see this, Doug, obviously. But
I've got my screen pulled up, but
oh, okay. Yeah, we've got a bunch of like Marvel and DC news, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. We don't really talk about our past experiences with this shit. Oh, hey, Doug. With your little squid arms, bro.
always.
But we don't really talk about what got us into this, what made us have a love for superheroes and comic books and all that crazy shit. So, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that because, we talk a lot about the news here.
Yeah.
Like about the Marvel and DC news, even video game news and all that good stuff. But we don't really talk about what got us into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I figured for it being our first live, we'll talk about us and, again, what got us into it, what, why we're huge nerds.
Hell yeah. What got me started was My Little Pony and a little bit of cocaine.
That does't surprise me
I was only
whatsoever.
6 when I got into it, man. That cocaine hits different when you're only 6 years old.
All right, well, that's the end of the live episode. We got to have
right,
an
guys.
intervention for the Browns.
Hey, look, I'm 8 years sober now, bro.
Yeah.
It just started really early.
Jesus.
No, I mean, what is your first memory? Like your first coherent memory of getting into all of this shit?
Oh shit. I mean, like I was always, I don't know, like I was a very hands-on kid. So like I was always building things. I mean, we did.
You like to jerk off a lot.
Yeah, that too. We, I did spend a lot of time outdoors. I mean, not when I first grew up. First like 6 years, 7 years of my life were hella fucking chalked. I just give that up. That was not a good time, man.
Clean slate once he turned 8.
Yeah, like 7, 8 years old, it was finally like, hey, I can go out and be a kid again, no,
So what
I
happened in the first 7 years though?
so I was born in Indiana. Had a whole a plethora of medical issues. Doctors were just like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. It was like, oh, he's got severe bronchitis. I could not go outside. Literally.
What the fuck?
I couldn't do anything outdoors. Like I would go fish with my grandfather, but being on the water was different. I don't know why.
So
Maybe
like, were you
because
like allergic to everything?
I
Like,
found
was
out,
it that?
yeah, well, I found out that I had a severe case of asthma. So literally I couldn't breathe. I had a mask.
Do you still have that in your adult life?
I don't.
Or is it kind of subsided?
Yeah, so that was the whole reason we first moved to Florida, and that's why I have a love for Florida. We noticed when I was younger, my parents did, that when we came down to Florida, it kind of cleared up, which is fucking weird, right? Like,
Yeah, a little bit.
it's asthma, it's not
Yeah.
like it's not
It doesn't just disappear.
yeah, it just doesn't go, he's good,
That shit was like, oh damn, we're in Florida. All right, see
Yeah.
ya.
And so they noticed that it got better. I could breathe, I could run around, I didn't have any issues. Well, Indiana is full of fucking pollen and just like dogwood and a bunch of shit that really fucks with your system to begin with.
Right.
On top of the undiagnosed asthma, it really fucked me up. So I was always indoors, I was always playing games, I was always into comic characters. And then we moved to Florida, I guess step back, we found out that the salt in the air actually helps break that shit up.
Oh shit, did it?
So I didn't take it, other than doing the normal like breathing treatments for asthma that you're supposed to do. I didn't take any medication. It completely cleared up.
That's fucking crazy.
We moved from Florida in 2001, like early. And at that time, I did not have any asthma anymore.
That's fucking crazy.
But, as a kid,
So
I was indoors. So what do you do when you're indoors 24/7?
So that's where you got your start. Like
Yeah.
that's
It
that's
started
where you
with the,
started to dive into the love of what we have now.
Yeah, it started from just not being able to go anywhere.
So like, what did you start with? Like what started you on your path?
I specifically remember like the 90s X-Men cartoon. That was a great show. That was the very first like memorable experience that I have with all of this. Was X-Men cartoon, Dragon Ball, because it wasn't Z back then. Well,
right,
later on, but Dragon Ball Z, that's what, obviously, like, you've seen my shit. I'll show.
I mean, you've got the Goku with the sunglasses behind you, bro.
I mean, that's the channel logo, y'all. Like,
Goku.
Yeah, that's Broku back there.
Broku.
Yeah, again, for the first at least 5 years, because we moved down here in 95. For the first 5 years, I wanted to do outdoor stuff, but my body literally couldn't do it.
You were like Jake Gyllenhaal and Bubble Boy.
yeah, pretty much. I would have been better off in a fucking plastic bubble. Yeah.
Jesus. See, I never had those medical concerns, man. Like for whatever reason, like I was born to somebody that, consumed a lot of drugs and alcohol, and she was a party girl. Yeah. I'm adopted. Everybody that follows the channel knows I'm adopted. So like to pretty much come out of it completely unscathed blew my fucking mind as I got older. I was like, well, I mean, I did have a drug problem throughout my teenage years, but before that, I came out completely unscathed. No, like, major health issues. Now I've got more health issues than I did when I was younger. I
Naturally.
have
Naturally.
extreme allergies to pollen, seasonal changes.
Mhm.
Like, I'll have a sneeze attack for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just uncontrollable sneezing. Like, my nose will start bleeding from all the sneezing. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I'm gonna say, I think my first like coherent memory, because when my adoptive mom, Mama Brones, for those of you that don't know, when Mama
Mama Bear.
Brones brought me home, one of the very first things she said that I got was a VHS copy of the 1960s Adam West Batman. My grandmother
Yeah.
My grandmother basically helped mold me into who I am today
Nice.
since I came home from the hospital.
Right.
So I still have a Michael Keaton Batman piggy bank, a Joker piggy bank, the Michael Keaton Batmobile like wall phone.
Yeah.
Like corded wall phone. I still have that like in my little blue box of crazy old
Memorabilia.
shit, man. Yeah, dude, I've got shit from like the 80s and 90s in that box that are in pristine condition. I still have the 97 George Clooney Batman backpack.
Yeah.
All leather or that fake leather shit, whatever it is.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can
Pristine
find it while we're
condition.
talking. I had a
It's
like
crazy, bro.
bat cave. I had the like old like 90s bat cave like set. It had
Oh,
like
I did too.
yeah.
I had that too. But so really I guess my first coherent memory though as a child was the Batman animated series.
Yep.
Dude,
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, that
watched
was iconic.
dude, I watched the Batman animated series so much. Yo, Matt, what's going on, brother? We are live for our very first podcast. I'm just not even gonna bother muting up during this podcast.
Oh no, I'm not.
We're just engaging, man. Matt, tell us some of your memories
Yeah.
of getting into this kind of stuff if you're into it. I don't know if you're into it, but that's what we're here for today. Just talking about our past, talking about how we got into
Yeah, all these figures. I had all these.
excuse me, talking about how we got into comic books and superhero. Good Lord, I can't stop burping. Comic books and superheroes, and just the overall love
Mm-hmm.
for this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And for those of you that were not able to see it, I think it was 2 weeks ago I got this. But Doug, my homie here, this guy, literally right here. I'm pointing at him. This guy. He got me this. His little Khonshu. The Khonshu statue in a jar with Khonshu's head on the side, or like his little skull on the side.
Yeah,
it's
when
fucking
Khonshu
gnarly,
gets
bro.
turned into the talisman. Yeah.
With sand that is
From
supposedly
Germany.
from Egypt, but we all know it's literally from like a beach in New Jersey. So
I mean, it's probably from like Normandy or some shit. Like,
but no, dude, that thing's cool as fuck, and I'll cherish that thing forever, man. Like, it's literally gonna sit, like, it's sitting on my desk under my gaming monitor.
right.
It's literally just sitting there, and I will cherish that thing forever, even though it's something so small, so simple. But that shit's fucking awesome. It's adding to my superhero collection.
I mean, that's
But,
the thing, like I just posted a video. It was like it was a TikTok. I think I posted everywhere. I got my Gengar onesie, I'm a big fucking kid, and I really don't
Dude,
care. Like,
That's really what it is, man. We're children.
I am
Just in adult bodies with
yeah.
adult money.
Yeah, that ain't no shit. I don't want to grow up. Even if and when I do have kids, I want my kids to experience, like, have that happiness that I still have from this stuff. You know, the
100%,
whole
bro.
reason we still read the comics, read our books, you know, buy figures, do this, that, and the other, play the games we do, is because that reminds us of the joy we had as a kid. Like that, it takes
100%.
us back. You know, in a world full of shit, this brings us back. You know,
This is our escape from real world problems,
Yeah.
from any issues that arise in the real world. You know what I mean? So when we get to come on and do this podcast for an hour or two, we just get to have fun. We get to talk about the things that we love. We get to talk about our past, get to talk about what we did growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget, all of my friends were outside playing,
Yeah.
you know, playing like Manhunt. Manhunt was a huge game when I was a kid growing up.
yeah, we
Just
our big thing
neighborhood
was,
Manhunt.
again, like once we moved to Florida, we played hockey. We played street hockey, we played ice hockey.
I did that too.
Yeah, we were on our bikes. I mean, my dad built ramps for the neighborhood to like
Right.
ramp our bikes off of and stuff.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
all the kids in the neighborhood were friends because we all did the same shit, you know.
Yeah.
From like the age gap was tremendous too. Like,
Right.
you know, I think I was again 5, 6, 7 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out playing street hockey with kids in high school, like, and
Right.
every kid on the block got along. There wasn't a single kid that wouldn't come outside, or you
Oh,
couldn't go beat
100%.
on the door and be like, "Hey, can Joey come out?" And they're like, "Yeah, he's
Hey,
done
is
with his
Jimmy
homework."
home?
Yeah.
But you know, when I got home from doing outside activities, it was video games,
Yep.
comic books,
Yep.
superheroes, TV. You know, it was literally everything that I love now.
Yeah,
And you
it
know,
it was a
now I
plethora.
don't go out. I don't hang out with people. I play video games online with my friends.
Yeah.
And when I'm not playing video games online and I'm not working, I'm reading comic books, I'm watching movies, I'm watching
Yep.
TV shows. You know,
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about what goes on in the outside world anymore.
No, it's
I
terrible.
literally
It's terrible.
dude, it really is. I just enjoy the life that I have now. You know,
Yeah.
it's a simple life. I don't have a girlfriend. It's just a simple life. I'm happy, you know, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, how could you be happy living a life like that? Like, you're 28 years old." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a 28-year-old kid, man. I'm
Yeah.
not a 28-year-old fucking blue collar." I mean, a lot of people would say that the way that you and I live our lives is boring as hell, and we're not like
Yeah.
getting the full potential out of our life. You know, like a lot of my friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, I did this, and this." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I read 57 comic books this weekend, and I watched She-Hulk." Like, they're like, "Bro,
But
that's no way to live." It
that's
is a way to
boring.
live. That's my
That's
way
my
to
way.
live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're building a fucking Lego. You literally texted me saying that you were naked building Legos yesterday.
I really wasn't,
Like-
but it fit with the, like, you were like, "I'm wearing a blue hoodie, I'm outside." And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
dude.
sitting here naked building a Lego.
But like this is the way. Why did my screen just went black? That was fucking strange. Oh, probably because I'm not like active on the screen.
Active on it. Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So a couple other memories that I have growing up, man. You know, I was, like I said, I was real into the comic books. My mother came to the realization that this was a big part of my life. Every Saturday I would watch like Static Shock,
Yeah.
Batman Beyond, fucking Osmosis Jones.
Dude, Osmosis Jones was so good.
Fucking Batman the Animated Series, Super Friends, the X-Men.
Yeah.
Now obviously I wasn't around for Super Friends, and
Yeah, like Gleek and the super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you know, like X-Men Evolution, that was the very first X-Men TV show that I've ever watched. And then as I got a little bit older, I went back and I started watching the X-Men, like the original X-Men TV show from like the 90s.
Yep. That's
Um,
what I grew up with.
I believe wasn't there an X-Men show in the 80s, or was it like in the 90s? I mean, we're 90s kids.
I want to say there may have been one that started like late 80s
Mm-hmm.
and like kind of went into the 90s. But I mean, there was a lot, let's face it, anything comic related visually from the 70s and 80s was not the greatest.
Right.
If you look back, I mean, like they've had
it's fun to watch though.
Oh, yeah, because to see that original origin of what they thought,
to see where shit started to where it is now. Holy shit, man. I mean,
I'm gonna show this one. I know you and I have looked at this and we've talked about this, but like
Iron Man.
Yeah, not just Iron Man, that entire show.
Oh shit.
Like, what was that, 1980s?
Yeah,
Marvel?
I think it was like, no, it might have even been the 70s, bro. It might have been the 80s. Oh, also, for anybody wondering if I actually own an Acura, I don't. This is just a comfy hat, man. I love this hat. I found it completely sealed in a car that I was cleaning. So I was like, this is mine now. I own a Mazda, a 2022 Mazda CX-5. For anybody that cares or is interested in what I travel around the world in.
All right. So here's Cap. Oh, where's it at? Oh, it's blurry.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Captain America.
This is a good thing. Yeah, dude. It's real bad. It's rough.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There's
I want to see now.
Cap.
I real quick want to see what my page is tagged as on Facebook. Oh, it just says that we're live. Oh, cool. Literally none of what I wrote
is in
there.
I like it. I like it.
Love it. I'm pretty sure
man.
it says that I'm playing Call of Duty. Like, I've got Call of Duty plugged. Yep. Awesome. Cool. I fucking hate my life.
Gotta love Facebook. But no,
so
growing up, it was literally everything too. Like, it wasn't
100%.
For me, it wasn't just comics, or comic related or superhero. I mean, I was a huge Star Wars geek in the 90s.
Right.
I had tons of Star Wars like sets with all the characters and like different sets from Tatooine, and I mean, it's just all I was just a huge
I'm listening. I'm
nerd.
just trying to fix what is happening.
Oh, I got
because literally,
what's
all of this
super aggravating though? Like, I guess it's a good thing, and I say that with like a question mark at the end of it, because it super pisses me off. Growing up as the kid who watched anime and cartoons and shit, right? I was the fucking weird kid.
Yeah, right?
Now it's become so huge.
Dude.
It's gonna be huge. It's become and specifically anime. Like, the cartoon thing has really been around, I mean, for a good while. But specifically the anime stuff, Dragon Ball and even like what was it called? Sailor Moon. You name it. If it was an anime back in the 90s and you watched it, you were the fucking weird kid. If you walked in with an anime
bro.
shirt, they're like, what the fuck's wrong with him? Now, dude, that stuff,
what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Gets pushed so hard, it pisses me off.
It really does, dude.
Because it's like it's come full. Oh shit.
So I was wondering, real
It's
quick, I was wondering why this shit was being weird. Now I know.
Makes sense.
Because it literally says Call of Duty on everything, bro. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it says it says first live podcast And then it says vibing with the homies.
None of the shit's saved, man. I'm actually kind of pissed.
Wow.
Because I was like, there has to be a reason why none of this shit is working. But now it
Yeah,
all
you
makes
know.
sense.
I mean, Twitch
Okay.
looks fine.
Did Twitch save it?
Well, I don't see the description.
Oh yeah, there's no descriptions on Twitch.
Yeah. YouTube.
All right, so we got it all
YouTube
changed.
is fucked.
Check my YouTube, refresh my YouTube,
Yeah, I'm
check to see if
refreshing it right
that's
now.
good.
Yeah,
Yo,
there it
Rye,
goes.
what's going on, baby? We are live with our first podcast. Little bit of a technical difficulty. Fucking. Oh god, I'm a
shit.
fucking jackass, dude.
What a dingus.
God, I'm a
Okay,
fucking
so
jackass, dude.
YouTube it changed. YouTube's good.
Dingus.
Okay.
I was wondering, dude. I was like, why the fuck is nobody coming in here? And I
Fair,
had
yeah.
to check. Okay, yeah, everything got changed now. Okay.
I mean,
Guys,
I've
we're
had
not
no
playing
one
Call
either.
of Duty. We're not doing anything. We are live for a podcast. I was so confused, but now we're goaded.
I'm trying to figure out why
Yo,
YouTube
Ryan, thanks for saving a
has
civilian,
had
by the way, bro.
nothing.
Yeah, right? Is my YouTube's good though now, right? It should be.
I think
It
it,
should
was
be.
before. Let me.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah, there
to
you
go off of what you were saying, we were the weird kids growing up, man.
Yeah.
You know,
It fucking pisses
comic
me
books
off.
and superheroes, like as we were growing up, superheroes and comic books, they were kind of like dipping down because if you remember,
Because back then
back
it
in
was
the
all
day,
about
like
being
this-
like the drama and the live action shit.
well, not even just that. Like in the 60s and 70s, comic books and any form of superhero material. Yo, Rye, thank you for sharing it. Thank you for sharing the good word of the Hall of Heroes there, brother. So back in the 60s and 70s, even the 80s, comic books were extremely cheap. I'm talking like 45 to
Oh, yeah.
50 cents
Yeah, they were
a
cheap.
comic. But then when the 90s came, the price of comic books went like this, skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So the interest plummeted.
Well, yeah, because
So
you
we
can no
grew up-
longer go out and buy 50 comics for $10.
Right, that's what
Like-
I'm saying. And that's another really good point. When I was growing up, I was able to so when you and I were growing up, comic books, like single issue comic books, I'm not talking like the full-blown stories.
Yeah.
Single issue comic books, they were usually anywhere from like $1 to like $1.50, right? I remember my mom would take me to the comic book store after church on Sundays. I used to be a religious person. My mom would take me to the comic book store almost every single Sunday or Saturday because we had one right up the street from where we lived.
Right.
She would say, "Okay, here's $20. Go in there, get some comic books, come out to the car."
Yeah.
I would walk in there. I would be able to get anywhere from 20 to 25 comic books.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now,
Shit, they're
Now-
they're like $5, $6, $7 a piece.
exactly. Rye just said in chat, we could get comics for $1 to $2 a piece.
Yeah.
Point
Yeah.
exactly. Now, you walk into a comic book store, you're lucky if you could get 5 comic books for $20
Oh, that.
because
would
each
be
comic book
amazed.
is like $3 to $4.
Yeah, I'd be amazed
That's
if
fucking
that's
crazy. That is
For-
absolutely
for
insane.
it's not even the entire story. You're only getting like
That too, yeah.
it may not even be anything. Like you're only getting like, from A to Z, you've got
Right.
C.
And
Like-
and that was the other thing too growing up. So you do remember the thicker comic books,
Oh yeah.
like the full-blown story
Yeah,
comic
the
books.
full on like the whole storyline. Yeah.
Right. They were anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks a pop.
Yep.
You could get one of those plus 5 or 6
Mhm.
single issue comic books for $25.
Yeah.
Now, you go into a comic book store, those full story comic books, those thicker comic story books, they're like $30 a pop.
Yeah.
They're $30 a pop now, bro.
But-
You cannot get, I mean, with like adult money, you could definitely go in
well,
there
yeah.
and spend $200 and get whatever
But
the
at the
fuck you
same
want.
time, like that wasn't the point of comics, you know, like
Right.
it was the cheapness and the availability of them for
Right.
kids. Well, not just kids, but that's what got them into it, is because it was cheap reading, you know.
Right, exactly.
And-
It was fun. It
Yeah.
was fun to be able to go in there and get $20 worth of shit.
Yeah.
And you're leaving the store with 25 comic books.
Now
You
you're
know,
lucky to
that's
walk
a
out with
week.
$5 or 5 books for, you know, $30.
Yeah. It's not what it used to be, man.
No.
And like I remember growing up and just, oh my God. I looked forward to going to the comic book store every weekend. And my mom never really understood like how much it meant to me
Mm-hmm.
that I got to spend time with her, but also get to do something that I loved.
Right.
Because like after church or on Saturdays, she would take me to the diner, which was literally right across the street from this comic book shop. So we would go to the diner, have a nice breakfast together, and then we would go to the comic book store. She would usually sit in the car because like she's only been into that comic book store a couple of times with me
Right.
when I was growing up. Usually as I got older, she would just be like, I'll wait in the car, you go in, do your thing.
Yeah.
So I would come out, I would have 2 bags just with this many comic books, like
Yeah.
almost ripping the bag in half. And she was like, wow, you got a lot. That was only $20. I was like, hell yeah, it was
Comics
only
are cheap.
$20, mom.
Comics
Like,
are cheap, mom.
now it's like as I like when I was like 13,
I'm
14.
curious, as we're talking, I'm gonna look up some comics and see how much they are.
Oh, dude, they're so expensive anymore, man. Like they're so expensive. But she would take me there like in my early teens as well, and like the bag would be like smaller and smaller as I got older. And she was like, "What happened to the $20?" I was like, "Well, these 2 books were $20, ma."
Right.
She's like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's not what it used to be anymore, man. And it's upsetting because when we eventually have children, if we ever have children, I want to be able to take my kids to the comic book store, and I want to be able to spoil my children the way that my mother was able to spoil me. But given the way that society is going and given the way that the economy is going, that's not a possibility, you know? And it sucks. It sucks that our future children cannot enjoy the luxuries of comic books and the entertainment that we got for a cheaper price.
Right.
You know
Okay,
what I mean?
so just for a comparison here. All right. Amazing Spider-Man 2018. This isn't even old.
Okay.
2018, 6th series of Amazing Spider-Man. $25 for a 1 of 25. Retailer incentive variant cover. $649 for a 1 of 1,000 retailer incentive variant cover.
What?
$60. $6.40. 127. This is 2018, mind you.
This
These-
is only a 4-year-old comic, and it's
It's a
hundreds of
4-year-old
dollars.
comic.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Like, okay, so yeah, $6, $8,
That's
$12.
fucking insane.
Like, it's no fucking wonder people don't read comics anymore.
Oh yeah, dude. Yo, Boston, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. How we doing today? But yeah, dude, I mean, we grew up in the greatest era of comic books.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
You know, we were, like I said, we were able to get a bundle of comic books for $20.
Yeah.
You know, we were able to spend an entire Sunday afternoon reading these amazing stories about these super powerful characters that, you know, we could look up to. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people ever understood that, you know, like the adults, a lot of adults, they were like, "Oh, how could you look up to somebody like that? How could you look up to a superhero? How could you look up to this? It's
Because
fiction."
it was
Okay.
literally our escape.
Yeah.
That was
You know what I mean? Like, so there's people out there that are like, "Oh, well, you should be worshiping God, not Batman." Okay, well, I mean, they're kind of in the same playing field. They're both in the same section at a bookstore, just saying.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? It's personal preference, man. I would rather read about the mentally unstable man in a bat costume than
Yeah.
you know. So I mean, it's all up for personal preference. You know what I mean? Like this is my jam, bro. Like I love this stuff. Deadpool, The Flash, Batman, fucking Loki, the Infinity box set. You know, X-Men. Yeah, that's my jam. And the thing, the thing that a lot of, you know, older people never understood was these comic books teach us lessons, man. Like they,
Yep.
if you really pay attention to it, the comic books that we read are teaching huge lessons. You
They
know,
really do. Like, I think that's
like
why
with
a
the
lot of
X-Men,
people
bro.
have such a oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I think that's the reason why most people think it's a waste of time, because they're
Right.
like, oh, a comic, it's just a fucking it's just a book with pictures and words and it doesn't do
Right.
anything. When in reality, like if you were to actually sit and read any of them,
Right.
they all have a message, they have a background, they have a story to tell, and most of the time it's how not to be a fucking piece of shit.
Right. I mean,
Maybe
one
we
of
need
the
a lot of
best,
that in our world.
one of the best examples of a great life lesson is the X-Men.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, the X-Men covered multiple things. The X-Men covered racism,
Diversity, like
diversity, racism, segregation.
Yep.
If you remember in the comic books, the X-Men were regarded as freaks of nature.
Yep.
You know, they were not civilized human beings. They were weirdos. They were freaks.
Yeah.
And those comic books basically made mutants the minority.
Oh yeah.
Made them the race that everybody was afraid of.
Yep.
You know, there was no, it wasn't your normal form of segregation or your normal form of racism. It wasn't whites versus blacks versus Mexican.
It was human
Puerto
versus
Rican.
mutant.
Yeah, it was
You know,
human,
And
plain
that
Jane
was,
human versus superpowered being.
Yeah.
You
And
know
it was
what I
a-
mean?
It was like a predecessor to what you see. Well, I mean, it was always prominent back then, but it was their way of flipping the script on it and not having to fucking talk about racism or anything
Right.
like that. It was their way of touching on the subject, you know.
Without actually touching the subject.
Exactly. But
And
if you fucking
know,
understood it, you knew what they were talking about.
right. And the main lesson with the X-Men was it's okay to be different. It's okay to have different beliefs, have a different background than your neighbor, have a difference in appearance, difference in mindset, difference in abilities, you know, and you just want to come together and
Yeah.
work as one coherent society. You know what I mean? That's
like,
yeah, I'm not gonna.
That's
But that's what the X-Men was all about, man. It was about bringing different races together.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, you know, people like us, we understand that. But a lot of people, they're like, oh, there's that blue guy that could teleport.
Yeah.
There's that guy that
he
puts
has to
claws out of his
yeah,
body.
that guy has to wear a visor because, you know, he's got a medical condition that he can't control. Like,
Yeah, like the X-Men taught us that it's okay to be different, you know, man, and
That's
that
why
is
I'm
a
still
that is
different.
a huge lesson that we can apply to real life.
oh yeah,
You know, you and I are extremely different in regards to the lifestyle that we live.
Yeah.
But we are also the same in regards of our interests.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We love video games, we love superheroes, we love comic books, we love, well, you love anime. I've never really gotten like onto the anime train. I've tried, but was never really my bag.
I think it's, you know, it's both sides for me. And again, it comes back to, you know, being in the house watching every single cartoon, you know, that was on,
Right.
anime or comic related or not. I mean, even just the 90s cartoons that we used to watch.
Right.
And I don't know. I think, not to like break anyone's heart, but you know, specifically with Dragon Ball, right? Like you have these characters who aren't from this world and have the ability to power themselves up to, you know, overcome, you know, different things in the world. Like overcome, they need more power to fight, or they need more power to do this. And you know, as a kid that's got a lot of fucking medical issues, you know, I connect with that because you want to be able to power up to not be sick.
Right.
You want to power up, and you know, I think it gets you, as a kid, it puts you in a mindset of you can overcome it, right? Because there are other people out there who are worse. So
100%.
I think I related with the anime, again, specifically Dragon Ball. That's why it's like top tier for me. You know, I know a lot of people don't fucking like it, and I really don't give a shit. That's your opinion. But you know, I think that's why I connected with Dragon Ball so much, is because that the
100%,
ability to power up and overcome your odds.
And you know, all of these, you know, all the sick kids and sick children in the hospitals, you know, kids with leukemia, kids that are even worse off.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that these Hollywood actors that portray superheroes do is they go to the hospitals and they visit these children in superhero costumes, and the kids go crazy for it, man. And it's because the kids look up to these heroes that are so powerful, they're so perfect, they're in a child's little mind. That superhero is what they want to be.
Yeah.
They are not flawed beings. They are not sick. They're not hurt. They're not going through it. You know, they are the all-powerful, powering up. That is the image that these children want to be in.
Yep.
You know, and I love that people do that. I always tell my coworkers that if I ever like came into some kind of money, I would literally get like movie replica costumes and just visit sick and dying children in the hospital, just to give them a little bit of hope, man, because kids love superheroes.
Yep.
That is what gets them by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
100%.
I mean, this is my life, man. Like I love this stuff. You know, I can't imagine.
I kind of like it, you know.
Dude, I look back now and I cannot imagine what my life would be. Oh yeah, you got all your little statues and shit up there?
And
hell yeah.
All my, like, this is all pop figures up here, and I've got all these shelves on this side. Like,
yeah, you've got even more shelves, bro. I want to put shelves back here. I want to move this Deadpool poster over there to cover that square. And then I want to put some shelving behind me right here and buy like not super expensive statues, but like buy a bunch of superhero statues and put them back there.
I just bought a new one. He's back there. It's the
I just bought a new one. I don't exactly know where he is because there's 2,000 statues up here.
There's 80 there's 80 of those, there's 50 of these. No,
yeah, for real.
It's back there.
You're
it's
a fucking lunatic.
It's Super Saiyan Brawly, and he's standing there like all beefed up and shit.
Oh,
It's
nice.
pretty cool.
But yeah, dude, I can't imagine where I would be without superheroes and comic books. I don't even.
I
I
think I
don't
would be
know
a.
what my life would be like.
I think that I would hate life. No, I truly don't know, because it's I can't even remotely begin to think about it, because it's been
Right.
such a big portion of my life having these characters, the games, the comics, the anime, like that.
100%.
I'm 32 years old, and I obviously there's still stuff that I do that outside of this, but
Right.
this is me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's what it is.
100%.
Like,
Dude, when I was growing up, I was kind of forced into like doing sports and going outside and doing all this shit.
Yeah.
The only sport that I ever really got into and like I was really good at was swimming. And I wouldn't even say that's like a sport. I mean, it's a
It is.
sport if you're on
It
a
is.
swim team.
Yeah.
But like I was on the swim team
Yeah.
and I was really good at swimming. But every other sport, people were like, "Oh, dude, you're 6'5".
Yeah.
Why are you not playing basketball? Why are you not a linebacker? Like
Yeah.
why are you not playing hockey?" And I was like, because I don't want to. I
Yeah.
want to read comic books.
Yeah, I
You
want to
know,
be
like
I want to be the nerd. If you don't like that, all right.
yeah.
like
Like everybody's like, "Oh, well, you're wasting your height." Okay, well, you're wasting your life worrying about what I'm doing with
yeah,
mine. You
mind
know
your
what I
own.
mean?
Stay in your
Like,
lane, man. Like,
I'm 6'5" because I was gifted with height.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not like I was like, you know
it
what?
wasn't-
I want that height so I can play fucking sports. Do
Exactly.
the sports.
Like, my biological father was not an NBA player.
Yeah.
You know, he was almost 7 feet tall.
Jesus.
You know, like it was. I did not get his height to then become a fucking NBA player. Like,
Yeah,
I got his height because that was part of my genetic coding.
Right. Yeah.
Like-
When I was younger, I played hockey, street hockey, and on ice.
Right.
I was on a team for ice hockey. I tried out for baseball. I got not drafted, but like I got into baseball, and then I was like,
Uh,
I don't want to.
Right,
Same
exactly.
thing for football. I went out for football. I was gonna be a running back and got in. Like, got accepted. Nah, didn't want to.
Yeah.
Sports are not my jam, man. Like, it was one of those.
they never were my thing.
Yeah.
Like
Nah, I
I-
do
oh.
love hockey. I do.
I also did track. I did track. I was really good at that.
Fat kids don't run, man. Like, Jesus.
So track. I mean, that was my thing.
Yeah.
You know, like track and swimming. That was the two things I was really good at. But you know, like that wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know, I did track for 2 years. I did swimming for a lot of my childhood. But at the end of the day, I wanted to be Batman. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to be Superman. I wanted to be the Green Arrow, the Flash, fucking
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I think too, what
Wolverine.
worried me was like with the whole sports thing was, because I had asthma as a kid, I was always worried that was gonna affect me somehow.
Right.
With doing, not like, by no means did I not push myself, but at the same time I was like, I don't want to fucking croak out on a sports field.
Right.
Like,
You're gonna be playing hockey and your heart's just gonna explode. Like,
yeah, like, but no,
Doug's trying to run a football for a touchdown and he just loses his foot.
fucking 1 yard line, we lose the game because Doug had a fucking aneurysm. Like,
Yeah, like he had an aneurysm and fell the opposite way.
yeah, he was at the end zone and he fell backwards. Like,
Yeah.
no, man, like, I love this stuff. I've shown you, I've got signatures from people who voice act these characters, because at the end of the day, like, it's not just about the character, right? It's not about their story. It's also, I don't know, a lot of people think it's weird, but like, you feel a connection with the voice actors because they did so well to bring that character to life, and I appreciate that from them. So that's why, like, you know, I drew
100%.
Goku and got it signed by Sean. I've got a picture of Gur from Invader Zim signed by the voice actor. I have
Hell yeah.
I have a custom, and by custom I mean 100% custom. I told her what I wanted to draw and she did it. A custom Iron Man drawing that a chick at OhioCon did for me. I was like, I want this, this, and this. She's like, all right, bet. And like, she 24-hour turnaround. This chick was amazing.
Damn.
Actually, I'll show you to you because she killed it.
Oh shit.
Like,
that's actually kind of fire, bro.
She fucking killed it. And fuck the ring light, but
that's fucking awesome.
yeah. Like I went to her because
That's
we were
cool
there
as shit.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I saw her on Friday, you know, walking around, and I was like, this is what I want, you know, kind of Iron Man standing in front of a city. Like, what the fuck did you do here, you know?
Right.
And she was like, okay, I got it. The next day,
Hell yeah.
she texted me. She's like, hey, your picture's done. I was like, really? I fucking loved it.
That's fucking awesome.
Like, this is my shit, y'all. This is my jam.
Oi, fuck yeah, dude. So, we just did 51 minutes of talking about ourselves.
Yeah.
I love that. We've never done that, bro.
No.
I think the longest we've ever talked about ourselves in this
Like 20
podcast
minutes.
was not even 20 minutes, like 10 minutes. So like to be able to dive into it was kind of nice, you know, like just talking about what kind of got us started, got us to where we are today, and like how we continue to live that life, you know, with our own money, you know, because we were using our parents' money growing up, but now
Yeah,
we can
I wish I
afford
could
to do
still
this.
use my parents' money because I spend way
me
too much
too.
of mine.
Me too.
Like, if this
Hey, for
says
Christ's
anything,
sake.
right? Like, this is my new Witcher chair that I got.
Yeah,
This motherfucker, like, this thing's badass.
but didn't Tita buy that for you?
Yeah, but it's all collectively our money.
That's true. That's true. She used your bank account without you knowing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. She's like, you know what? This is coming out of his allowance.
This is coming out of his share of
Yeah, no shit.
the family money.
Yeah. No.
That's awesome though. That is a kick-ass chair, man.
Bro, I love it. Like,
that is such a badass
the
chair.
first one I got was, it's a Secret Labs, but it's the 2020 Evo, I think it's what it's called. And it's like ash, so it's like bluish gray.
Right.
And I love
have
that
this.
chair. The GT
I've
Racing.
got- Yeah,
I
GT
was
Racing.
between, I think I was, when I was looking at chairs, I was between the GT and this, or the
So I got the GT because I didn't want to spend $600 on the
right.
on a Titan Secret Labs chair because I'm a big dude. I need like
The
the
big
top
one.
of the line chair.
XL, yeah.
And the top of the line chair is like fucking $600. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get this one for $400. You
Yeah.
know,
I think
I cheaped out.
the first one I bought, it was on, I think I got it during Black Friday, and I think I ended up getting it for like $350, I think. But it was the,
Oh, that's not bad.
again, it wasn't the Titan, it was the
Mhm.
it was the Omega is what it was.
Oh,
And so
okay.
it was
Yeah,
on
yeah.
sale, and I'm you know, I'm 250 or 5'10", 5'11", so
Right.
I got the regular size and I love it.
I've
And
also
then-
got really bad luck.
really
I
bad
got
luck.
bad luck with these chairs, bro.
Oh, didn't you just bought that one, didn't you? Because
I just bought this one.
was going
I
bad.
bought this one like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And yeah, the fucking cylinder, I would say 4 to 7 months in, the cylinder
Started to leak
the
down.
cylinder started going, and like I would just like slowly dip down. Like in the middle of a stream, I would just be like, I would start up here. I'd be like, by the end of the stream, I was like down here, and everybody was like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
How is he 6'4" and he's not on camera?
Yeah, like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
So I had to get a new cylinder.
Yeah.
Had to get a new cylinder, and then
Did they warranty
now,
it, or did you have to pay for it out of pocket?
So I bought like a top of the line cylinder from like a very
Oh, I got you.
specific like chair cylinder brand. I forget what it's
Gotcha.
called, but it's like a top of the line cylinder that is not supposed to have any issues until like 3 or 4 years in.
Right.
And the one issue that I do have, when I put this new cylinder in, it completely disabled the ability to like go up and down.
Really?
Yeah. That might be because like I was trying to get the old cylinder out
Yeah.
and I was using a fucking mallet because that shit would not get out.
Okay.
I had to completely disassemble the cylinder while it was in, which is very sketchy, by the way, because when
Yeah,
you're
on a
trying to disable
hydraulic
this pin,
cylinder,
that
yeah.
shit could boom, that shit could fucking blast off into the ceiling.
Yeah.
That could blow your fucking face off. So I had to be very careful with that. And then I stood back and went, dink, and that shit rocketed into the floor. So like, so I was like, okay, bet. Put the new
Wow.
cylinder in. The fucking, I'm like pulling the thing now and it's not going down.
That's
But
weird.
whatever.
It-
I mean, that's fine by me because
At
I'm not
least it
trying to.
sits the height. I mean,
It does. It sits at the height that I need it to, and I use the back cushion.
Yeah.
Like this shit's flat as fuck because my fat ass sits on top of it just to get like a little bit of a
a
boost.
little bit of a boost. Yeah. So obviously, for the, some people don't know this, you do, but we moved from Indiana to here.
Yeah.
And the chair didn't make it. My Omega. The Omega is still in Indiana in the trailer, like, because we're waiting on a whole bunch of shit. The only part of the chair that made it was the fucking head pillow and the back cushion. It's sitting back here.
Oh my god.
So the whole idea, we have the really shitty office chair that we've both been kind of like sharing back and forth. So she bought this one and she's gonna get the Omega once it gets down here.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, just a
So-
fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, dude, it's just a nightmare. All right. Are we ready to talk about like some of the stuff going on? Some of the news?
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
There's not like a whole lot. I mean, there is
Not
some new
really.
stuff coming out though.
So I saw something interesting. Well, we'll get to that. I'm gonna touch on it because I think it's stupid, and
Okay.
I don't like this actor.
Okay.
It has been reported. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. This is part of just Marvel updates. That Sacha Baron Cohen will play
I
Mephisto.
I saw that.
And I'm just like, Mephisto, the devil. Sasha, I don't know. I don't like Sasha at all.
I don't know, man. Like part of me is kind of like for it. Part of me is kind of against it just because I've never seen him in that kind of a role. You know,
Well,
we know
okay.
him as Borat, we know him as Bruno. I've never seen him as like and Ali G. I've
Yeah.
never seen him as like a serious role.
He was the Frenchman in Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. He was
This is my
I don't
issue.
even remember his name.
Jean Pierre, I think.
Yeah,
that right?
Jean Pierre.
This is my issue. Specifically with that casting, because this is supposed to be for Ironheart, right? This is Riri Williams, our predecessor to Iron Man. She's blah, blah, blah. That tells me they're pushing comedy. And I'm fucking sick of Marvel comedy. Because
Yeah,
if we
I
have a
mean-
Mephisto that's fucking Sacha Baron Cohen with his fucking quips and his one-liners and shit, I'm gonna fucking hate my life.
So what doesn't make sense to me is like some of these villains seem so out of place.
Yeah.
Like some of these villains seem so out of place in the fact that they do not belong
Yeah.
in these like different projects. You know what I mean? So like the whole thing with Mephisto being introduced in Ironheart. Why wasn't Mephisto like introduced with Scarlet Witch, considering that she was like the possessor of the Darkhold? And like why was he not introduced in Multiverse of Madness, where it would kind of make sense? You know what I mean?
Right.
They've got him coming into the predecessor of Iron Man.
Yeah.
You know what? It's weird.
I don't know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I really don't know.
Like, I'm confused.
I guess
Fuck.
we'll see. I'm just
Doug,
Yes.
I just realized
What did you
I
realize?
forgot to record.
Oh no.
I forgot to hit record. Like, we're live,
Yeah.
but I forgot to hit
So
record
you can clip it.
so I could put this on fucking what's it called? Fuck.
Spotify and Google. All that.
Okay. This episode will not be available on Spotify, Google, and Amazon
Well, you
podcasts.
should be able to save the video from one of the 3. You should be able to save it from YouTube.
Right, but I would have to convert the it would be
versus-
harder to
I see what you're
convert
saying.
a saved video as opposed to a recorded video. Son of a bitch. Okay. So,
Well,
as I said,
Unfortunately.
before we get back to the news, as I said,
And now your
today's podcast will not be available on Spotify, Amazon, or Google Podcasts because of
Oops.
user error. Me.
Normally, I'm the one that forgets to hit record.
Yeah.
I
Did you
not,
hit it today?
I didn't because we're live. I don't have to save
Okay.
it. I don't have to
Well,
save it.
that
and
was
put it
my
on-
thing. That was my thing. I was like, okay, we're live. We don't need to hit record. And
Yeah,
then I was like,
exactly.
wait a minute. I had to record it. And
Shit.
of course, I catch that I did not hit record an hour and 2 minutes into the podcast. So,
Oh,
yeah,
Hell. All right,
There's,
back to the news.
back to the news. Wow,
Um,
my face is super duper white because of this.
Your screen.
Yeah, is there a
That's-
way to like lower the brightness?
I changed my stuff to dark setting. I always do. But then every once in a while, it'll be like a white screen.
How do you do that?
Yep.
Awesome.
I don't remember. I think it's in your display settings.
Wait, am I able to do that? Oh, never mind. We did it. Cool. We're Gucci. We're good.
Let's see. What do we got? A bunch of little small bits of information. We've got a bunch of new images and posters from Black Panther.
Oh yeah. We've got
Agatha, I
photos
don't care
from
about
Madam
that.
Web.
So okay, I can't tell, but does that not look like Evan Peters?
In what?
The Madam Web.
What Madam Web?
This Madam Web still. Of the two characters fighting on what looks like a beam. You see that?
No, I was gonna say it looks more like Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Or yeah, that's what I meant. What the fuck did I just say?
You said Evan Peters.
I did because because the one right below it was Evan Peters. So
Oh.
my bad. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Evan Peters in talks to return to the
Yeah,
MCU.
But yeah, this looks like Aaron.
It does. It does. Like,
I'm super confused about that because
I think a lot of people are saying that that's supposed to be Kane Parker, Peter
Ooh.
Parker's clone.
ooh,
So
I
if
know
that's the case,
nothing about this Madam Web series. I'm gonna have to look
Me
into
neither.
this.
I don't know anything about Madam Web.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this Werewolf by Night poster's fire.
Yeah.
The
I
one
still
right
need to
above
watch
Madam
it.
Web.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was fucking
I
awesome. I,
got ready
highly
to watch it
recommend
the other
it.
night, and I think Atita she was over watching Marvel stuff because
Ah,
she finished watching the end of She-Hulk with me, and you know, I kind of want to touch on that a little bit.
oh yeah, 100%.
The series for me really didn't do anything. Not even like this was supposed to be a comedy law show, which I get. Like it wasn't supposed to be the typical Marvel series.
Right.
But at the same time, for me, the storyline and just what we saw and what we got was super like lackluster. Like,
Yeah.
seeing Daredevil
can
come in, I
understand that.
thought that was pretty badass. Like seeing him in his classic
Oh,
red
dude.
and yellow.
Daredevil was so fucking good in that episode.
Finally
man. Speaking of
seeing-
which, I've got Daredevil right here.
Yeah.
He looks badass, man.
Yeah, finally seeing She-Hulk in her classic purple and white super suit, I thought that was that was awesome. Like the fight between Daredevil and her, I thought was pretty cool. That they got to team up and whatnot.
Yeah. Dude, bro, if this is what we can expect of Charlie Cox's Daredevil in the show, I'm all for it, man.
Oh yeah.
Like this was the suit is dynamite.
Yeah.
The classic colors fucking awesome. And you know, I've seen a lot of people complaining about not only Daredevil and She-Hulk, you know, getting it on, but also fucking Daredevil being put into a comedic show. I've seen people bitching and complaining about that too.
So again, this goes back to what the show premise was, right? It's a comedy law show.
Right.
Just because it's Marvel, okay? Just because it's Marvel doesn't mean that Daredevil has to be doom and gloom and brim all the time. Like, you know.
Right.
And then the fact that he hooked up with She-Hulk, read a fucking comic. Read a She-Hulk comic. One. I bet.
Read a book.
One comic. And she hooks up with somebody. Like,
that is literally what She-Hulk does. She is a promiscuous hoe.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because she's hot.
Nah, people are just, people are still wanting the Daredevil we had from the Netflix show.
Which we're gonna get.
We're gonna have
that's what people don't understand.
But
we're
at the
gonna
same
get
time,
that.
this is a complete reboot. What are they calling it?
Well, actually, it's not
Born
like a
Again.
complete reboot because they are going to touch on certain things that happened in the Netflix show. They've confirmed that they are going to touch on certain topics that happened.
But for the most part, this new show
it's a
is a
reboot.
new show.
It's a reboot.
Yeah.
We actually get to see Daredevil in his super acrobatic form. We get to see him using the billy clubs. We get to see him beating the shit out of people in Daredevil fashion.
Yeah.
And you know, if we pepper in some comedy, that's
So be
okay.
it.
Because guess what? Again, if you read a fucking Daredevil comic book, there is comedy. The dude literally walks around wearing a fucking red sweater that says, "I'm not Daredevil."
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you read a lot of his comic books, he sleeps with a lot of women.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude in the comic books, and he gets laid quite often.
I think that's the issue is that, and the one thing that you and I kind of have to take into account when people are complaining about these things, they don't read the comics. We have read the comics. We know the backstory. We know, certain bits and pieces of information. So, but the people who are watching this are like, well, the Daredevil from the other show didn't do that kind of thing. He was,
Like,
whatever.
y'all do realize that anytime Elektra is involved,
Daredevil had
Matt
sex.
gets it on.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like,
Just because
Daredevil
it wasn't
flops.
portrayed, just because they, like in She-Hulk, where they're dropping their fucking super suits, right?
Yeah.
That's, just because you didn't see that in Daredevil, Matt
Doesn't
was
mean
getting
it
on with
doesn't
Elektra,
happen.
all right, I'm just saying.
And I mean, in the Daredevil TV show, you see Elektra and Matt sitting on Matt's couch. Matt is shirtless. Obviously, they got a little hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Because they're in his apartment sitting on a couch, shirtless, just like, that was great. What did you think?
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Like, like people don't seem to understand that, Marvel has confirmed that they're going to start like peppering in more legitimately adult stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're seeing, I mean, Werewolf by Night, that show was gruesome.
Yeah.
There was a lot
I heard.
of dismemberment. There was a lot of blood. You know, obviously, most of it, 99% of it was in black and white,
Yeah.
which goes in tone with the old monster films.
Yeah.
But if you really look at it, there was a lot of dismemberment. There was a lot of gruesome moments that happened in that show. You know, Man Thing or Swamp Thing. I think it's Man Thing. Man Thing, I'm not going to say who he killed, but he killed multiple people.
Yeah.
You know, and
I keep seeing like pictures and stuff, and I just need to watch it because I keep
Mo.
seeing like I saw one and it's like, we need more Ted, and I'm like, who the fuck is Ted?
Mo just came into chat and said hashtag justice for Candy. So
Yes.
stupid. But you know, it's a lot of people that are watching these shows and don't read the comics don't seem to understand that
These are still human beings. They have
yeah,
needs.
like human beings have needs. And if you remember in the final episode, Mo, spoiler alert, get the fuck out. Get out of here. Get out of here, Mo. We're about to talk about the final episode of She-Hulk, and if you have not watched, you're not going to be happy. Get out of here. Go. I'll give you 45 seconds.
45
You
seconds.
have 45
I've
seconds.
got a timer. You've got until 10:21.
Yes. You
So-
got till 10:21. Hurry up, Mo. Get out. Text me when you get out of here.
We'll keep talking about other things real quick.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
how's the weather?
I'm pretty sure.
Do
it's
you like
humid
weather?
outside.
Oh, dude, it's
But we're going to the beach,
disgusting.
so I'm happy.
oh damn. Nice.
Yeah. Our friend, our friend that moved down here with us, or well, not with us, but shortly after from Ohio. It's his birthday.
I'm gonna text Mo to make sure she's not in here when we
Okay.
talk about the final episode.
But yeah, we're gonna go get some food and go to the beach. Wanna go to the beach? It's 10:21, Mo.
I'm texting her right now. We're about to talk about Final She-Hulk. All right.
What the fuck?
Okay. All right. I think we're safe. I texted her. So the final episode of She-Hulk, man.
Yeah,
I liked it, but it was also a massive letdown.
dude, it was such a clusterfuck. Like,
It was
I
so
see the, I saw the like comedy of what they were trying to do. Like, you know, Marvel doesn't have to, literally what we were complaining about, right? Like, Marvel
Right.
doesn't have to do this big spectacular for a finale.
right.
So, you know, she goes and like tries to talk to Kevin.
Right.
But at the same time, like, it
It
was a
went
super
from-
letdown.
So it went from going to be a badass finale with like a massive fight between Abomination and the Hulk,
Yeah.
and got turned into what you just said, like She-Hulk decimating the fourth wall.
Oh yeah. Breaking
go-
through the Disney like
Yeah,
title
breaking
screen.
through the Disney Plus menu
Yeah.
to then being actually at, I think Mo
Marvel
just texted
Studios.
me, being actually at Marvel Studios to go and talk to Kevin Feige.
which ends up being a robot with a hat. The introduction of Scar I thought was weird. I feel like we had no lead up to that. Yeah, that the whole last episode was just, I'd say like the last, I don't know, 15 minutes of that
Man,
episode.
it was so. I want to talk about that, bro. So over the last couple of years, man, the Hulk went from complete
Ugh.
fucking tank, complete badass to
So I saw people talking about that.
absolute bitch. And
This Smart Hulk that we have that they've
I'm
introduced,
fucking over it, bro.
I hate it. I hate.
I'm over it.
Like,
Am I good to bring Mo back in here?
I think so. Yeah, because you and I both agree on the last thing that a certain someone was odd to bring.
Oh, she said she isn't gonna watch because Rachel spoiled everything for her.
Oh,
God
no.
dang it, Rachel.
Rachel!
But why would you do such a thing to such a wonderful human?
the introduction of that character, and then all of, like,
Oh, we could mention his name.
yeah, right,
Scar.
just in general, like, just
Oh, we're still talking about bitch Hulk.
yeah, this Smart Hulk character is fucking annoying.
So I
And-
got it when we first saw him. When we
Right.
first saw him, you know, he just got the works from Thanos.
Yeah,
So him and Hulk made a deal to
Yeah.
kind of combine each other.
Yeah.
However, what's going on, AJ? However, the whole Smart Hulk completely taking over.
I hate it.
Completely taking
I hate
over.
it.
And you know, no longer being violent, no longer being the Hulk that we
Yeah.
all love. You know, dude, I'm fucking over it.
The
I am so
last
over it.
Good Hulk we had was Ragnarok.
Yeah. That was the
Um,
last time the Hulk was brutal and vicious, and then he turns into a fucking pussy.
And you know, they've made announcements that we're gonna get a World War Hulk. And I don't want Smart Hulk. If
I don't.
if it is Smart Hulk, I won't watch it. I
Yeah.
won't.
I am so over Smart Hulk, man.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you've got this absolute animal
You've got
This
one of the
absolute
strongest
beast,
beings in the Marvel universe. Like,
and you're wasting him. You are wasting him
Like,
by
yes, he got
dragging
his
out this fucking Smart Hulk bullshit.
yeah, this Smart Hulk storyline, I'm off. I'm over it.
Because in the comic books, he is Smart Hulk, but he's also extremely violent when he needs to be.
Right.
In this one, it's my name is Smart Hulk.
I'm a pacifist. I don't want to
I'm
fight.
a pacifist. Like, come the fuck on, man. And then we see in the final episode of She-Hulk,
Yeah.
burst through the wall. Let her go, asshole.
Yeah.
Punches Abomination a few times, which, by the way, I want to talk about Abomination because, again, I'm fucking super pissed about him as well.
Like,
You know, you took these two absolute badass creations, the Incredible Hulk,
and
the
Abomination,
Abomination.
and they're both pussies.
absolute nemesises. Now they are absolute pussies, man.
Yeah.
Abomination became a fucking pacifist, a fucking inspirational speaker.
Yeah.
Come the fuck on, man. We haven't seen Tim Roth as Abomination for fucking what?
Shit.
14 years? 13 years? It's been 13 years since we have seen Tim Roth as the Abomination.
Now,
just to come back.
I like his styling.
So do I. Oh, he looks like the comic book version of Abomination with
Right.
the little
Yeah.
the little fin things, but that
Ow!
is not like, how do you do that to such incredible characters?
2008 is when it came out.
Yeah. Heather, thank you for saving a civilian.
They have
This is-
completely turned those two.
So for you guys coming in here, I just want to
For
be
those
clear that
tuning in.
we are focused on the chat, but we're not super focused on the chat, if that makes sense. This is the podcast episode. So if we do miss your comment, we don't respond to your comment. It's not because we don't want to. It's because we're doing the podcast talking about
Certain things.
talking deeply about these
Yeah.
TV shows and these comic books and all that stuff. So please do not get upset if we don't answer your comments directly, especially if they're not related to the topics that we're talking about. You know, it's nothing against y'all. Love you. So
I
yeah,
don't know.
I mean,
I'm sick of seeing, like I said, you've heard my comments on it. I'm
I'm
tired of the
so
Marvel
over it.
comedy, like all comedy. Like I don't need all that. I don't want all that.
So to an extent, you know, like
I'm fine
if
with
they
like,
do the
quips
comedy
here and there.
right,
Yeah.
like look at Daredevil in the Daredevil episode. That
Yeah.
was
That was fun.
comedy gold. That was fun. It
Yeah.
was goofy. It was seeing Daredevil in a different light.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really nice.
But you've taken
no, Mo is not here.
you've taken multiple badass characters and made them like stupid. You took
Right. Exactly.
the three biggest characters, Thor, Hulk, Abomination, and you've turned them into like absolute pussies.
Man, how did we go from Thor being an absolute tank of a god to being
What he was
an
in Love and Thunder.
absolute embarrassment to
It's like we're not even watching
the
that character
fucking
anymore.
gods? How did we go from badass Norse god to an embarrassment to Norse gods?
I truthfully believe the first Thor was the best Thor. Ragnarok was good, but why
Ragnarok
is
was
he
my favorite
Why
one.
is he stupid? Why are you making him out to be a fucking moron?
Yeah,
The
it
way
doesn't
he
make any
talks,
sense.
The way he, he's an Asgardian. He's not a fucking moron.
Right.
He knows
He's not
the
fucking
ins and outs
stupid.
of the nether, like the entire 9 realms. Why
Yeah,
do you-
he's not a fucking idiot.
Why do you think? What? I can't. I can't.
It doesn't make any sense, man. Like I'm trying to figure out what their angle is with, because I mean the one that we've seen the most is they're dragging out the Hulk. They are
Yeah.
dragging out the Hulk
the
to
Smart Hulk
be Smart
storyline
Hulk,
is just-
and I'm fucking tired of it, man. Like
Yeah.
we get it. Thanos beat the ever loving shit out of you.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I need whatever inhibitors he has keeping him as Smart Hulk to just fail.
Yeah, because I want to see raging, fucking super aggressive, Incredible Hulk again.
Yeah.
Because that's what he is. He's not some. I hate that they're like demonizing him and turning him into like an inspirational character.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can control your anger. You have to woo-saw it. No, dude, the Incredible Hulk is not meant to be.
That's fine if that's what you want to push, but not with the Hulk.
Right. Don't push it with the fucking Hulk. Push it with Daredevil.
Yeah.
Like, don't
So-
actually do that. Daredevil's a badass. Don't push it with Push it with like
I don't know.
push it with like fucking Hello Kitty or My Little Pony. Like don't fucking push it with the Incredible Hulk. He's meant to destroy cities. And you know what was funny? Like I commented to you, in the final episode of She-Hulk, Jen made that comment. I'm a Hulk. I'm supposed to be smashing shit. And occasionally Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
Like, but like
maybe
she even said that.
maybe that's them listening and kind of like adding a little quip in saying,
Right.
not necessarily coming out and saying it, but like,
Right.
we hear you, we'll fix some things.
You're right.
I
You
hope-
could keep him as Smart Hulk. You can. But
In the
Throw
comics,
him in.
in the comics and in every rendition we've seen as Hulk in the cartoons, he's still smart. He's an intelligent being because he has Banner's
Right.
brain, but he still
Right.
has the violence and the aggression of Hulk. I want that.
right, exactly. But even in the comic books, like when he's actual Professor Hulk,
Yeah.
Smart Hulk,
Yeah.
when he needs to be, he will destroy an entire city to stop a threat.
Yeah.
He will. So you can keep Smart Hulk, but when a dangerous situation arises, when something like a Thanos level threat arises,
Yeah.
put on your Hulk pants and smash some shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind Smart Hulk as long as they turn him into an absolute demon when he needs to be. I'm tired of the, oh, hey, I'm Smart Hulk. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore. I'm a pacifist. No, stop being a fucking pussy. and beat the shit out of somebody. Same
We'll
with
see
the
what happens.
Abomination, bro.
Yeah.
Although I will say I believe that the Abomination. I want to honestly believe that what we saw of the Abomination in the show is all just a fluke. I want to
Could be.
believe that.
Could be.
Because at the very end, we see him escaping prison with Wong
And he's like, what took
to
so long?
Camertage.
Yeah.
We're talking about everything, AJ. We're talking about everything. Richard, what's going on, brother? Yeah, we're talking about everything, man. So you know, I want to say that to fit the comedic profile of the show, they toned Abomination down, which is cool.
Could be.
I get that. You know, I can understand that. And you know, Tim Roth did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Not only as Emil Blonsky, but also as Abomination. I loved it. Because if you remember, in Shang-Chi, Abomination and Wong are beating the living shit out of each other.
Yeah, because
So,
he's
you know-
training him, is what
Exactly.
Wong said. Yeah.
So he's not a full-blown like pacifist, inspirational speaker. You know, I don't
No.
believe that for a fucking second.
No.
You know, I don't believe that for a second. And I think that's what they wanted us to believe in the show. Again, because of the comedic roots, the comedic way.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that. But I think that we will actually see Emil Blonsky as the actual Abomination somewhere down the line.
I hope so.
And I'm really hopeful that we do. And you know what? If maybe that was Marvel listening to us with that quip by Jen when she said, I'm a Hulk, I'm supposed to smash things.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was Marvel, like you said, hopefully that was Marvel listening to us, to the fans. Like, y'all need to get the Hulk back to where he belongs. You know,
yeah.
because the smart Hulk bullshit, it's getting real old, real fucking quick. And, you know, I'm not happy with the way that we just got the introduction to Scar.
Hey, here he is.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, I want you to know I've been gone for a while. But I got somebody I want you to meet. This is my son, Scar. That dude looked so bad. So bad. Looks nothing like the comic book character.
No.
Scar looks like one of those like rebel kids that like got kicked out of school for bullying the like little Hulks.
Yeah.
And just like he looks like a straight up douchebag. Like, I don't know what the fuck's up with that hair.
I don't know. Dude.
He looks like a straight up jackass. So I'm kind of annoyed with how Scar looks. Maybe we can. Let's see. Is there an image here with Scar? Because there's not. I don't see an image with Scar.
I don't know. I wouldn't worry about it too much because it's. I hope it doesn't stick. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it doesn't stick.
I don't know.
Because that was a god awful introduction to an otherwise extremely violent and very cool character. What do we got next here? So yeah, that was She-Hulk talk, man.
Yeah.
Overall, I personally really enjoyed the show. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good show. I know you gave it a 4 out of 10. I gave it a 6.5 because you know, I really took it for what it was. This was our first introduction to Jen Walters. You know,
Right.
she was not an established character in the MCU, and Marvel wanted to try something completely different. And in a way, I believe they succeeded. There were a couple things that were kind of lackluster. Not a lot of villains. You know, you had the Wrecking Crew. You had
The reoccurring Titania. Yeah.
you had that dude Todd that was like obsessed with her, who you
Yeah.
found out is the like Hulk King,
Hulk King or something.
the leader of intelligentsia.
Yep.
And then you've got Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, the Abomination, but he wasn't even a villain in this.
No.
So I mean, that was really my biggest issue, was the fact that there was a very lacking of villains, and most of the villains were just reused in each episode to really have no point in the story, to a very lackluster main villain.
Yeah.
You see the one guy that she hooks up with, goes on a couple dates with him, just to never show up in an episode again.
Yeah. Because
You know,
he's
never
the one that
shows up in an
actually,
episode again.
took her blood.
You know, yeah, Todd's the one that hired him to take her blood so that way he can inject himself, just for the episode to end with her breaking, destroying, fucking making the fourth wall non-existent, and going to Marvel Studios. And you know, again, I liked the season for what it was. I thought when there was action, it was fun. You know, it wasn't too crazy. I don't think they used Josh Segarra enough. For those of you that don't know who Josh Segarra is, he played Adrian Chase, Prometheus, in season 5 of Arrow. Absolutely nailed the role. Holy shit. They didn't use him enough. And, you know, I just, it was lackluster. It was a lackluster show. But overall, I enjoyed it because I thought the comedy was fun. I thought Tatiana Maslany did incredible as both Jen Walters and She-Hulk. You know, I took it for what it was. You know what I mean? I took it for what it was, and I thought it was a good time. So yeah, that's that on She-Hulk. Quick little one, we got filming for Deadpool 3 will begin in January of next year.
Yep.
For those of you that haven't seen this, Wolverine is going to be
reintroduced. Yep.
He's coming back to Deadpool 3. Hugh Jackman's going to be reprising the role. Fucking awesome. Super excited for that. For those of you that also don't know, Deadpool's my favorite character in Marvel. I'm over the moon excited for this, man. This one's good.
Yeah, Oscar Isaacs was talking about the future of Moon Knight apparently, and he said, am I expecting a season 2? I can only say this isn't the last time we've heard of the Moon Knight complex. So
they twisted what he said just a little bit. I saw the actual video. So he said, instead of the Moon Knight complex, he said, I can only say this isn't the last time we've heard of the system that is Moon Knight. So they twisted it a little bit in this, but yeah, it's basically the same consensus is.
Well, and it doesn't necessarily announce the season 2, but it also just, you know, we're not done seeing Moon Knight. He may be in a film shortly,
right?
Or another series or something. So,
and that's Oscar Isaac essentially saying that he is still on board to play the character too. So, you know, that I know that was a concern for a lot of people because he did not sign a lasting contract with Marvel. He signed the contract to do season 1 of Moon Knight, and that was it. So the fact that we basically got 2 confirmations in one statement by saying this isn't the last time we've seen the system that is Moon Knight, while also basically confirming that he is on board to continue in the role of Mark Spector, Jake Lockley, and Stephen Grant. Moon Knight, Mr. Knight. So that's good news because I really loved his portrayal of the character. That was a great show, man. That's probably that Moon Knight was probably my favorite Marvel show to come out. With She-Hulk probably number 2. Only because I liked how diverse She-Hulk was.
Yeah.
And we got to see Daredevil again.
Let's see. Next up, apparently the trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp will be released before Black Panther hits theaters, which is November.
A couple weeks, yeah, like 2-3 weeks,
like the first week, second week of November.
I'm excited for Black Panther, bro.
I am too.
I'm excited for Black Panther. Movies and series to be released in 2023. What If season 2, early 2023. Quantum Mania, February 17th. Secret Invasion, spring of 2023. I'm excited for Secret Invasion,
Me
man.
too.
Can't wait to see more Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Guardians 3, May 5th, 2023. The end of the Guardians of the Galaxy series. But I believe that they'll probably be involved in other projects.
Yeah, I think they're gonna blip them in, and but they won't have their own
Right.
standalone anymore.
We've got Echo coming in summer of 2023. Man, I'm excited for Echo. Not only because of, again, Daredevil and Kingpin, but because Echo's a pretty badass character.
Yeah.
Deaf mute that is just as badass and as well trained as Daredevil.
Yep.
And I don't know if we touched on this last podcast, but apparently Echo is or Daredevil's gonna ask Echo for help in tracking down the Punisher.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, we
did
talked
talk.
about
We
that.
did touch on that. Okay.
Yep.
The Marvels, July 28th, 2023.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it. I
Not
enjoyed.
real- Yeah.
I enjoyed Captain Marvel, the first Captain Marvel movie. I thought it was pretty fun. Again, it was one of those movies that we didn't really need.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it nonetheless. We've got Loki season 2
I'm excited about
coming in
that.
summer 23.
I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was very well.
I never finished it, and it wasn't because I got bored with it. It was just because I think something else that I really wanted to watch came out around the same time as Loki, so I didn't just ever get back into it.
I got you.
Am I okay? You seem a little stressed. Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. What? I seem stressed?
What happened?
It might be because I'm looking on my other screen, on my other monitor over here is Doug and I. That's what's being projected over to this monitor. So I'm looking at Doug. I'm not just gonna
reading.
I don't want to just stare over here and like wait for people to talk in the chat. Just be like,
Yeah, no,
say
apparently
something.
we're
So no, I'm looking over here and like I don't really have a facial expression because I'm just staring at myself and Doug.
screens. Yeah.
But no, I'm chilling.
They're rebooting X-Men 97 animated series.
I'm excited for that, bro.
It's gonna be cool.
I'm actually excited for that because apparently they're also adding new characters that were not in the original series,
Nice.
and they're adding new scenes. So I'm pretty excited for that. That's
Oh,
fall
wow.
of 2023.
Yeah.
And then we've got Ironheart
Yep.
coming in fall of 2023.
Yeah.
What I'm confused about though is Blade.
This got
Didn't they
pushed.
say that Blade got pushed back to 2024?
I think Blade is actually permanently delayed. They don't even have a date now.
Yeah, because
last
I'm
I
pretty
saw.
sure it said because further up in the thingy it says that that Blade is going to be the first movie of Phase 6.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Phase 6
That's not till,
starts
like,
in 2025, bro.
yeah.
DC is better. You're fucking high, Richard. Name a good DC movie that is not Batman. Yo, Rebel, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. I
That is
appreciate you,
not
man. You're fucking high for that statement. I'm banning you. You're getting a 15-minute mute.
Jesus.
We can't have any of this
And
this
then
craziness.
We've got Agatha. I don't.
Agatha Coven of Chaos. I never actually watched WandaVision. I just didn't care to.
It was good.
I heard it was super slow going, and that's
Oh,
what
it
kind of
was.
turned me off.
It
So,
starts slow. You were kind of like
I heard
where
the
is this
first
going?
4 episodes are dog shit.
The whole
not
the
dog
fact
shit,
that we're
but they're
getting an
super fucking
Agatha
slow.
movie. I'm not.
No, it's a TV show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah, it's not a movie.
Then I probably won't watch it.
Yeah.
But that's winter of 2023 if you're interested.
Yeah. We've got a new image of Namor from Black Panther.
Yep.
He looks pretty badass, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's got the septum bar.
Yeah.
He's got the little elf
emerald.
ears.
Yeah, the emerald
The
on his
emerald
earring.
earring. This-
I'm excited to see the movie. I'm ready.
We
got a
need
bunch of
joking
stills.
brones, not serious know your shit brones.
This is
Well-
what you get on Sunday. Every other.
Yeah, this is what you get every other Sunday. We're here talking about our passions here, bro.
Yep.
If you want the joking brones, check out my streams Monday through Friday and occasionally Saturdays,
there you go.
8:30, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We got a bunch of stills. New spot.
We've got the Atlanteans taking proper COVID protocols, taking proper COVID
That's their breather.
precautions here. Yeah, I know it's their breather, but it looks like a N95 mask.
Wow.
It does, bro. Why do they need breathers? They're fish people.
Right. That's what they use when they're out of water, dingus.
Oh,
That's a
That makes
water
more
breather.
sense.
It's not an air breather.
that makes more sense. Okay, full circle.
Moving
Understood.
on.
We've got Martin Freeman.
Jesus.
We got Martin Freeman, no longer a hobbit, and then we've got I don't know the guy's name, but Namor.
Yeah.
Looking badass. And then we got that's Riri Williams, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gotta be
That's
Riri.
Riri. Yeah.
And we got M'Baku, Winston Duke.
Yeah.
This dude is badass. Not even gonna lie. Then we got Angela Bassett, I think is her real name. She's from American Horror Story, I'm pretty sure, isn't she?
Yeah, she's done a lot of stuff over the years.
Yeah.
That's the mom.
She's,
That's the child's
yeah.
mom.
And I'm confused because that's not Shuri. That was T'Challa's love interest, right?
This one, I don't think so. I think
Oh,
she's just
Shuri's
part
in
of
the next lineup.
Yeah,
We
Shuri's
got
in the next one.
Michonne.
Yeah.
That's all I know her as is Michonne from The Walking Dead. And then we got another lady. That could also be his love interest. I don't
No,
fucking know.
The bottom right on that screen you're on, that's her. The other ones are just two warriors.
No, the bottom left is Shuri.
No. The bottom right is love interest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we got Shuri. She's badass. I'm hoping that Shuri's going to be Black Panther. If she's not,
I don't see
I'm gonna be pissed.
it being anybody else. I really don't.
yeah, me neither.
So we'll find out.
But
Yeah.
latest projects coming out this year, we've got Wakanda Forever coming out November 11th.
And then
And
the
we've
Guardians
got-
holiday.
The Guardians holiday special coming out December of this year.
That's the last two Marvel things for this year.
Yeah. We got Jonathan Kang talking a little bit about Kang. I just said Jonathan Kang. Jonathan Majors
There you go.
talking about Kang the Conqueror. He's the warrior version of Kang. So there was a focus on what warrior would be like that. Wait. What that warrior would be like that has been around for centuries and has developed all kinds of fighting skills. So I'm very excited to see that.
Here's your delayed. Blade has been delayed September
yes,
of
okay.
2024. Deadpool was delayed November of 2024. Fantastic Four, February 25. And then Secret Wars, May of 26.
Pushed back a whole year for Secret Wars. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about this. Because a lot of people may not realize what had caused all of these delays. So essentially what caused all of these delays was Blade. So Blade has gone through the ringer. Originally announced back in 2019 at Comic-Con when Mahershala Ali walked onto the stage to reveal that he had a Blade hat. Yo, Matt, thank you for saving a civilian, brother. When he realized that he had a Blade hat. And, you know, we've heard absolutely nothing for the last 3 years about Blade.
Yeah.
Up until the point of the release date being revealed at this year's Comic-Con back in July. And then we've heard nothing else. So what has happened in the last 4 months, 3 months? Blade lost their director. Mahershala Ali has not been happy with the entire process of what is going on with the film and just everything in general. Just to confirm, that they did in fact lose their director. Mahershala Ali is not happy, and they are rewriting the entire film from scratch.
Yep.
Rewriting the entire script from scratch, which tells me that one, they didn't have any faith in the original script. Two, it may not have been what it should have been. I personally believe they should just follow the old formula of Blade, obviously modernize it. But the old formula of Blade was a violent R-rated film where Wesley Snipes gave vampires the business for 3 movies, 2 hours each. Why change the formula? Everybody loved the Blade films, even the third Blade movie, which was arguably the worst of the 3, but still a fantastic movie. So this worries me a little bit because they did confirm earlier this year that Blade was going to be PG-13.
Yeah.
Which is a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Blade's...
And the reason they do that is because there is a lot they can get away with, even with a PG-13 rating.
Right.
The amount of shit they have to go through to get a rated R, is tremendous.
But I mean, look at it like this though. Marvel Zombies, the Marvel Zombies animated show. Kevin Feige has confirmed that is going to be a TVMA rating, meaning
right.
TVMA, for those of you that don't know, is the R-rated equivalent for television. So things like Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, all that shit was rated R for television. Obviously that was all like primetime shit except for, or like public cable, except for, Daredevil and all those Marvel shows. But everything else was on like public television. So obviously you can't do, like the super strong language and all that shit. But like The Walking Dead, extremely violent. Breaking Bad, extremely violent. TVMA. So Marvel Zombies is the first film to become TV, or the first TV show to be TVMA.
Right.
Deadpool 3 going to be rated R, confirmed by Kevin Feige on numerous occasions. We got another Justice for Candy.
With this whole reboot, with this rewrite, maybe we'll get that. Maybe that was part of Mahershala Ali's concern, was the fact that why are we making a movie
R-rated
that of Blade, knowing what Blade used to be, and it not being what it should be. So,
and that very well could be the case. That could be one of the things that he was worried about. Yeah. And if that's the case, I'm glad that they're rewriting it. I'm glad that it's been delayed for 2 more years. I really hope that they do right by the Blade character, because not only is he an incredible character, we've got an incredible actor to back it up.
Yeah.
And, I just want to see this character get the justice he deserves. It's been what, 20 years since we've seen Blade? Because I think those movies came out in the 90s.
I think the third one came out in the early 2000s, but yeah.
Well, yeah, the third one did, but the first 2 was, I think it was like 98 and 99, and then the third one was like 2002 or something like that. Either way, it has been at least
98, 02, 04.
Okay, so since the last movie, it will be 20 years when the new one comes out.
Yep.
So it's been 20 years since we've seen the third movie. And then 25, 23, 24 years since we've seen the first movie. So, they really have to do this right, man. That's really all I got to say.
Yeah.
It says that Blade will be the first movie of Phase 6 all the way in 2024. So Phase 6 starts in 2024.
Mm-hmm. We've got some images of Madam Web. Again, I know nothing about this. So
yeah.
I know Madam Web's blind. That's about all I got. So there you go.
Yeah. Ryan Coogler revealed that Wakanda Forever will be set 1 year after T'Challa's death.
Interesting.
Final episode of She-Hulk is now streaming. This is one that I'm excited for. The
Nova.
project dedicated to Nova, not Nova Corps, the actual superhero Nova, will be a special. So just like Werewolf by Night, it'll
Yep.
probably be like a 40, 50-minute episode.
Kind of like an origin thing.
Yeah, like an origin story or an origin just like
Yep.
telling of the character of Nova. So it'll be another special for Disney Plus. I'm excited for that. Marvel
Marvel-
Zombies, 4 episodes.
Yep.
That's it.
Interesting.
That's upsetting.
Harrison Ford has joined the cast of Captain America: New World Order as Thunderbolt Ross. I think that's I think that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty excited for it, but that also, you know, for those of you that aren't aware, William Hurt, the original actor for General Ross, who was in the original
Incredible
Hulk
and then
movie in
brought back.
2004, he passed away in March of this year.
Yep.
So they're recasting the character of General Ross to Harrison Ford, which I
Richard
love.
Justice for Candy.
Yeah, that's what I said. We got another Justice for Candy.
I got one in mind too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But
What's up, Richard?
so here's what I want to say, and this is not really controversial, but you know, why are we recasting a man that died in March of this year, but nobody wanted to touch the recasting of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa? And you know, I'm gonna say it like this, and this is what I truly feel. I truly feel that they're okay with recasting Harrison Ford or recasting William Hurt with Harrison Ford as opposed to Chadwick Boseman, because Chadwick Boseman brought a main player to life. That's basically, that's my feeling, is General Ross was not like a main player.
So
you know what I
if
mean?
we'd already had a Red Hulk, I think it'd be a different story. But yes, as far as Ross, he's kind of been the, you know, the master puppeteer.
Right.
You know, he's the one that got the Sokovia Accords like pushed into effect.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he's been after the Hulk for X amount of years. So he's not a huge character. He is kind of pivotal, not kind of, sort of, not really. On the other hand, T'Challa, you know, Chadwick, that was a, you know, he's a front runner, you know.
Right.
So
Now, there is one comment that I want to make, and this was not my initial comment. I was talking to somebody at work about it, like about how the fact that they recast William Hurt but didn't recast Chadwick Boseman. Mind you, the coworker that said this was black. This person said the reason why they didn't recast Chadwick Boseman is because he's black.
you know, I
don't
don't
really
know how to, I don't know how to respond to that. You know,
I don't know how to respond to that. I said to him, so what my response was, so we can recast a white dude that died 6 months ago, but we can't recast a black man that died, what, 2-3 years ago?
was it last year?
Was it last year?
I don't remember, to be honest.
But
It
like
was-
that was my question to this young man. I was like, why does it make sense to recast a white guy who died, but we can't recast a black guy that died?
2 years. It was 2020.
Okay, so 2 years.
Yeah.
So I asked him that question, and he was like, that's a damn good question. And I was like, dude, there are so many phenomenal black actors that could have kept the role of King T'Challa alive.
Especially since, like you said, the family of Chadwick Boseman wanted it to be recast
Right.
due to the fact that they wanted that character to live on.
Yes, they didn't want the character to die with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
They wanted, and they even went so far to say that their son, brother, uncle, nephew, cousin would have wanted
that.
the same.
Yeah.
That his family, Chadwick Boseman's family, stated that Chadwick would have wanted the character to be recast. So why? Like, why did we not recast T'Challa? It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I don't understand it.
We're not Marvel Disney executives. That's why.
That's true.
So.
But at the same time, Chadwick Boseman brought this character to life.
Yeah.
But what people need to understand is that the character of T'Challa, not Black Panther, the character of T'Challa is a very, very, very important character, especially in the storylines that are coming our way. So the fact that we are not getting T'Challa recast is kind of bullshit. It's bullshit.
At the end of the day, it's already done. You know, like,
yeah. Now
we can
I'm sure
say and do what we want, but it's not gonna change anything because they've already done it. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm super excited for Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna see it. I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to see how badass Shuri is, because in the comic books, Shuri does become Black Panther after he disappears for a while.
Yeah.
She does become Black Panther, which is true to the comic books.
Yeah.
However, you don't kill off the character just because the actor died. Yeah. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. You don't kill the character, especially a character of extreme importance, and not recast him because his story's not over.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one.
That's my opinion, and apparently that's the opinion of most people out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very upset that T'Challa was not recast, including his family members.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
The announcement of a movie dedicated to the Incredible Hulk could be imminent.
Don't care. Because again, unless we get the Hulk we want, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we're getting a movie dedicated to the Hulk, it better be Hulk Smash Hulk and not I'm a Bitch Hulk, because I will not be watching.
No. No, I will not.
If we get Smart Hulk. I can't do it, man. I cannot fucking do it.
I won't.
I'm over the Smart Hulk bullshit.
Filming of Loki season 2 is wrapped up, so that'll be coming out soon. We kind of talked about this beginning of this
Sacha
podcast,
Baron Cohen.
I find odd, but whatever. We'll see how it goes.
In Ironheart, the Hood will make a pact with Mephisto to acquire magical powers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Regan Aaliyah will play Zelma Stanton in Ironheart. Okay.
I know nothing. I don't know a lot about Ironheart.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that is.
All right. So that's it for the Marvel updates.
As far as DC goes, there hasn't been much. You know, Black Adam is it out?
No, the 21st. I'm excited, bro.
I'm ready to watch it. I want to watch it.
Initially, I'll be honest, I was not excited for it. Because I like The Rock. I do, but he's in fucking everything.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm kind of tired of it. However, after seeing multiple trailers and listening to the interviews with him about Black Adam, I'm for it, bro. I'm excited. I'm seeing it. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We've got Pierce Brosnan coming in as Dr. Fate.
Mm-hmm.
That's about the only actor I know. But
Then you've got Noah Centino, yeah, as Adam Smasher.
okay.
I'm trying to think of the names of the guy who plays Hawk, and I forget who the chick is.
Well, that's Hawkman, not Hawk.
Right, I always call him Hawk.
Hawk is the guy from Titans. But yeah, overall, dude, I'm excited. I'm very excited for this. I think the action will be good, and Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, you know, he said he listened to the fans. A lot of the things that we're going to see in this movie are because the fans wanted it, and he really wants to be a driving force in the fixing of the DC Entertainment Universe. Apparently,
Yep.
The Rock is like a huge DC fan, So he wants to be involved with the new upbringing,
The new era of DC.
yeah, the new era of the DC Entertainment Universe. Which, I mean, if this movie succeeds, I don't know why we wouldn't want that as well. Yeah, it says DC fan Dwayne Johnson wants to lend the franchise a helping hand.
We'll see. I have high hopes for it. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Right now, that's literally the only DC news that's out there.
Yeah, for real.
Some Titan stuff, which I never watched the show, so I have no.
It's a good show. I like it. Can we just take a moment to talk about how Adam Smasher looks exactly like the Deadpool costume?
Not far off.
You see his face, right?
Yeah.
You see the cuts in his eyeballs, right?
Oh yeah.
Tell me that doesn't look exactly like the Deadpool mask, just fucking blue. Can we talk about this?
Well,
Can we talk about
side by
this?
side here?
This is absolutely insanity.
It's close, not quite.
It's close enough to bear a striking resemblance. It's weird.
It gets close.
Yeah, it's there, bro. The Batman star spoils the opening scene of the Penguin spinoff. What a jerk. Whoa, I've been holding in that sneeze for a while, man. What else? Jesus Christ, there's so much.
It's all Black Adam.
So the one thing I've noticed about this DC fans page is, dude, they tweet the same fucking article like 7 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dwayne Johnson effectively confirms the Black Adam news we've all been waiting for. Oh, that's the fact that Superman makes an appearance in that.
Yep. Well, I think it's in the end scene. It's not even in the
movie. Titans star says DC superhero team gets obliterated in season 4. That actually makes me kind of happy because they've had a pretty easy going. Brother Blood looks fucking wicked. Have you seen the pictures of Brother Blood? Season 4 of Titans will feature 3 hellish new villains, and 1 is out for blood. It's Brother Blood. And he looks
I didn't
fucking
see that. Yeah.
He looks badass, dude. I'm actually kind of for that. That's a pretty sick interpretation of him.
fans fully behind a longtime favorite DC villain being brought to live action. Why not just show us so I don't have to click on a link? Oh, yeah. Comic book fans remember how Coolio, for those of you that don't know, Coolio passed away. Coolio single-handedly saved two of the worst superhero movies ever.
Oh, hell, we talked about that last week or a
Yeah.
week before.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking awesome. Fearful Blue Beetle director learns whether or not he has Warner Brothers' full support. DC fans aren't even sure The Flash will have a red carpet, let alone an appearance from Ezra Miller. I fucking
'Cause we
hope not.
shouldn't.
Ezra Miller's a piece of shit and should not continue being the Flash.
Oh,
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of shit here to
no,
go.
because hell, those last three things you said we talked about last time.
Did we?
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, it's crazy how there's no like real news about DC, and there never really is.
No, because there's
Nicolas
nothing bad news
Cage
on.
doubles down on his desire to play an obscure Batman villain. Now that I want to know. That I'm willing to click on. He wants to play obscure Batman villain Egghead, who was wondrously brought to life by Vincent Price and Adam West's classic 60s TV series. Cool.
Hold on, I'm looking.
So that's about it for the news portion of
Yeah.
what we got going on here.
Now we're on to our comparisons.
Well, we're on to the superhero spotlights, which is also the final bit of the podcast for those of you that do not know. Let's talk about how the Red Hulk is coming and how Harrison Ford is playing him. We already did, bro. We already talked about it. I'm excited. We also, during that little thing, we talked about how it's stupid that William Hurt, the original General Ross, was we talked about how William Hurt was cast or recast for Harrison Ford, but not Chadwick Boseman. We talked about how that's fucking stupid. So now we're on to the character spotlight, right?
Am I?
And
you, who's what this week?
I think I'm Marvel this week.
Okay.
We've got, for those of you that have not seen this, we have the Marvel and DC Bibles here. Wait, my camera's over here. We've got the Marvel and DC Bibles. Literally every character known to man. So, basically, give you guys a quick rundown of what we do here with these Bibles. Every other week, Doug and I alternate. So this week he's got DC, I've got Marvel. The first set of characters that we choose is just a character that we find interesting. Some of you may know the character, some of you may not. We choose characters that we know, characters that we don't know, and then we do a character mashup. We choose one Marvel character, one DC character, talk about the character, give a little bit of a background on them, and then we have like a matchup with them. Who would win a fight, why they would win the fight, and then we have a little debate if we disagree. Lately though,
Yeah.
they've been cut and dry.
We're not
It's
gonna talk
been
about what
one way
happened.
the entire fucking time. So right now we're just gonna go through. Is this the dude? Oh, I'm gonna choose a dude from She-Hulk. I'm gonna choose this character from She-Hulk. Doug, you ready?
Oh, God.
All right. So this week's character spotlight, Frogman.
Well, no, his name was Leapfrog.
Yeah, but his actual name is Frogman.
Mm.
Yeah. First appearance, Marvel Team Up number 121, September 1982. Full name, Eugene Paul Patilio. He's a high school student. New York City. He is 5'8", 158 pounds, brown eyes, red hair. His special abilities and powers. Frogman wears an electrically powered suit with leaping coils built into his boots. Can leap a maximum height of 60 feet and a maximum distance of 100 feet. Holy shit. A little bit of a background on this character. Eugene's father designed a pair of electronically powered leaping coils, calling himself Leapfrog. He took to crime to support his family, but ended up in jail. To redeem his father's name, Eugene donned one of his old costumes to become the crime fighter, Frogman, helping Spider-Man and the Human Torch defeat the Speed Demon. Eugene later tried to team up with the Toad and Spider-Kid, now called the Steel Spider. A Skrull posing as Frogman joined the action pack but was killed during the secret invasion. Frogman helped the Avengers defeat Flag Smasher when the Spider Queen turned Manhattan into Spider Island. Such a stupid character.
Oh my god.
So there was two Frogmen.
Yeah.
One was Eugene's father. The second one was Eugene.
Yep, there you go.
Your turn.
All right.
And go.
So my DC character spotlight,
Let's
his
go.
name is Damage.
Damage. Okay.
Debut is Damage number 1, 1994, April. His name is Grant Emerson. Base is New York City. Brown eyes, brown hair. His powers and abilities: biochemical fusion reactor in his body provides increased strength, durability, and energy projection.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The boy who grew up to be Damage was the product of an in utero genetic experiment overseen at Vandal Savage. Savage had provided an patriot German scientist with funding on behalf of the company called Symbolics, together with cellular samples of other heroes. The research bore fruit. Why would you word it like this? This is so weird. The research bore fruit, and when the child was born, Savage had his mother killed and placed the infant, who was called Grant Emerson, in a abusive oh my god, placed in a abusive surrogate family. Grant's powers manifested when he was 16 and Symbolic came to collect him. They killed Grant's foster family, but he escaped. Adopting the name Damage, he began learning how to use his powers with the New Titans. Adopting a mask after his face was badly scarred in a fight with Zoom, he joined the Justice Society of America.
Oh shit, he fought Zoom?
Yeah.
Let's go.
And was later killed and reanimated by Black Lanterns during Blackest Night. Retaining his own mind, he sacrificed himself to destroy the other Black Lanterns before they breached the JSA stronghold. Interesting.
Interesting. So we got a page number. Since we're live, I figured why not let them choose.
Yeah, do it.
So the page number the double chose
Okay.
is 269. Awesome. I know none of these people.
Wait, 269. I went too far.
Yeah, 269. So we've got a couple of them. Well, I'm not going to choose the guy that's occupation is a chauffeur.
You should. You should.
Yeah, right? All right. So, you know what? I'm going to give you guys the choice. Doug, does your page have multiple characters?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna let you guys choose the character. So we've got.
How many do you have?
I'm not
on your
going to show
page?
you. Huh?
How many do you have on your page?
4.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you guys choose the characters that we do a matchup for.
I was gonna say you can have them
And-
pick a number 1 through 4, or like 1 to 4.
Okay,
and
yeah, we could do that.
We could do that.
Okay, yeah. So I've got 4 characters on my page. I want somebody to choose 1 through 4. And the 4th one, or the 3rd, or the 2nd, or the 1st
Yep. We'll match it up.
will be chosen.
Yep.
And how many do you have, Doug?
I have 7, but I'll just like I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, you could do 7.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. So he's got 7 on his page. I've got 4 on my page. So,
So pick-
somebody
yeah.
choose a number through
4.
1 through 4 for me and 1 through 7 for him.
There we go.
I'll give you guys a second.
Yeah.
I know
I-
none
I-
of these characters, Doug.
I don't. I've never heard of any of these.
Awesome.
I think I've heard of one.
Okay. Yo, Ack. Welcome to the Hall of Heroes. Appreciate the follow. Is it AK or Ack? Somebody choose 1 through 4 and then 1 through 7. Do it now. You have 1 minute to make a choice. Just type in the chat 1 through 4 for me, 1 through 7 for Doug. We're gonna do a character mashup.
Random number generator. If it doesn't work, so we'll do 1 through 4.
Somebody choose 1 through 4 or 1 through 7. I got like porno music on.
Dude, mine's some like. It's some fucking.
It's the kind of music you want to rub your giblies to. Come on! All right, nobody's saying a number.
All right, I did random number generator. 1 for you, 4 for me.
Okay. 1 for me, 4 for you. Got it. All right. So,
I'm skipping that one because that's a group.
okay.
I didn't realize there was a group on this page. It just all.
Good job, Doug.
My bad.
All right.
All right.
So, my character is Phalanx. This guy. So we're going to read a little bit about Phalanx. All right. First appearance, Uncanny X-Men number 305, October of 1993. Alien being with collective intelligence, no real name.
Alright.
Base of operation, outer space. Height variable, weight variable, eyes unknown, hair none.
He's just.
So, oh, they're like an entire race. Okay. I guess Phalanx is just one of them. The techno-organic race called the Technarchy creates its food by using its transmode virus to convert organic matter into Phalanx, a collective intelligence life form. Members of the Technarchy then feed on the Phalanx, draining away its life energy. While experimenting on the renegade Technarch Warlock, human scientists obtained a strain of the transmode virus and injected it into humans, hoping to create a new generation of Sentinel robots. Transformed into Phalanx, I guess Phalanx is just like the name of the creature.
Mhm.
So it'll be one Phalanx against whoever you got.
Gotcha.
Their subjects began assimilating other humans. Fortunately, the Phalanx could not digest mutants, and the X-Men stopped them. In space, another group of Phalanx threatened the Shi'ar Empire, but the X-Men foiled their plans again. The insane android Ultron subsequently led yet another breed of Phalanx against the Kree, nearly conquering them until several heroes and the Technarchy intervened. See Annihilation. I guess that's the storyline.
Oh,
Sentient biological weapons. The phalanx are formidable adversaries. It doesn't exactly. Oh wait. Oh, here we go. Powers. I didn't even see that. Transforms sentient beings into techno-organic life forms and assimilates them into its collective. Superhumanly strong, they also possess the ability to teleport and shapeshift, molding their limbs into weapons or mimicking the appearance of others. Jesus Christ, they're
so
scary.
it's a T100.
Pretty much, yeah. It's the T100 of the Marvel Universe.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm not gonna say you got the win on this one, but I'll let you make the decision. So the person in question for the DC universe, their name is Scandal Savage.
Oh, I know who that is.
5'10", 143 pounds, brown eyes, brown hair with a blue streak. She is an expert fighter, natural leader, intelligent, gauntlets with retractable blades. That's it.
Sounds like a Wolverine mock-up.
That's
Isn't
all.
that Randall Savage's daughter?
Vandal Savage?
Vandal Savage's daughter.
The daughter of infamous criminal Vandal Savage.
I knew it.
Scandal hasn't quite followed in her dad's footsteps, but she hasn't led a civilian's life either. Wow. Blackmailed by the Riddler, who threatened to kill her. What? Yeah, I read
That's
that right.
such a strange. Blackmailed by the Riddler.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
What I got confused about with this was his next bit. Blackmailed by the Riddler, who threatened to kill her 2 wives. Scandal was forced to do his bidding as a villain and kidnap Thomas Blake, the future Catwoman or Catman. This is fucking weird. All right. Fearing for Blake's sanity, Scandal brought him a kitten to keep him company in solitary jail.
What the fuck?
Am I reading something like I don't understand? Later, in the company with 2 other mercenaries, Ragdoll and Jeanette.
Oh, Ragdoll's badass.
Scandal was forced to battle the Secret Six, Catman's allies. With neither team wanting to harm the other, they developed a mutual respect, especially when the Secret Six brought Riddler to justice. Scandal subsequently offered to look for the young Secret Six member, Black Alice, when it seemed as if she had been pursued by nearly every sorcerer in the world. That is the weirdest fucking character description I have
Yo,
read.
Ragdoll's fucking freaky, bro.
I have read to date.
Isn't Ragdoll's that character from The Flash, right?
I believe
The
she
one
was
that
in
could
it.
like break his limbs. Yeah, Ragdoll. Yeah, he can like he's a contortionist.
Yeah, he's weird. Peter Merkel.
Like he had all of his limbs replaced with fucking like metal and shit like that. He's fucking freaky, dude.
Yeah.
That dude's fucking weird.
I would believe I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's a very, very sturdy limb, mind you. I'm gonna say it's like made of oak.
Okay.
And say that your sentient alien race would mop
decimate
the floor with Miss Scandal Savage here.
Yeah, but doesn't she have like the abilities of her father? Isn't her father like a master warlock dude?
Well, according to that, she doesn't. According to that, she's got some like fucking butter knives, extendable butter knives.
Hell yeah.
Let me see if I can find Vandal. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was like immortal. At least he was in DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. Immortal, cannot be killed through traditional means. Wounds heal regardless of severity. Increasingly
Yeah.
intelligent with ancient connections through the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a super powerful being.
His daughter is not.
Well, okay,
She did not
loser.
get his abilities.
what a loser.
I really want to talk about this guy next time. I'm gonna remember this, or you should. I don't know. Not Vandal. This character that I just found.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give you the name.
Okay.
Upside Down Man.
Upside down man. Okay.
All right.
What do I know about Super Squirrel Girl? You mean Squirrel Girl? From
Squirrel Girl.
Marvel? I know that she's fucking useless. What do I know about Squirrel Girl?
She eats nuts.
I know that she is a dumbass character. Wait, that's the wrong book. What do I know about Squirrel Girl? She wears a squirrel costume.
Does she have powers? Oh, she does. Superhuman agility, senses, and
Superhuman?
strength. Superhuman.
Superhuman. Hold on, I'm just gonna open up the book, man. We got the Bibles here.
Oh, she can communicate with squirrels. Wow.
She's your sister's favorite character. Let me get to Squirrel Girl. Yeah, Squirrel Girl. Powers and abilities. She has enhanced agility, speed and strength, small claws, and large sharp incisors, as well as a knuckle spike and a tail.
She eats nuts.
She can also communicate with squirrels.
Yep. On that note.
Such a dumb character, bro. Look at her.
Oh, I know.
Squirrel Girl.
Can't be any worse than what was the one Ryan get Morph?
Oh yeah, Morph. Oh god. Morph is just a useless version of Mystique.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could turn into whoever he wants, but he can't do anything other than turn into people.
Terrible.
Such a stupid character. Oh god. My little pillow died. Yo, Chris. Thank you for saving a civilian, brother. I mean, that about wraps up the podcast episode for this week, right?
Yep. I gotta get off of here and get ready to rock.
Sweet. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for us. A little 2.5 hour live podcast. The first live podcast. I kind of like it. I kind of want to do it again.
Yeah.
Kind of want to do the live podcast again.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out a time.
It's easier, bro.
It is. Yeah. Then, well, you'll just have to remember to record.
Yeah, I just have to remember to hit record so that way I could upload it onto Google, Amazon, and Spotify. So again, this episode will not be on Google, Amazon, or Spotify.
Yep.
But it's here. It's on YouTube, Facebook, and
It's
Twitch.
live.
So, you know, we're at least able to get it out to you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think from now on we should just do live podcasts, bro, because it's so much easier, and because 90% of the time, dude, I'm telling you right now, 90% of the time I only upload the shit to Facebook. Like, I know that you upload it onto YouTube.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time, I just upload the shit onto Facebook, and then I upload it onto all of the podcast programs. Why are we so sexy? We're just built that way, bro.
Just built different,
built
man.
diffy.
Like, you know,
Built diffy, son.
like a
But
bubble.
yeah, no, I feel like this is just so much easier to do because you are live on YouTube, I'm live across all three. We get the podcast spread out and makes our lives so much easier. We don't have to, because it takes like 2 hours to upload to each one.
Mm-hmm.
Not actually, it takes like an hour and a half to upload to each one,
It's
even
so
with
rough.
our fast internet, because it's it's compressing the video so much that it also loses quality. So if we just do a live stream, it makes everything so much smoother and so much easier.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to do from now on, guys. So every 2 weeks, we will be live with a new podcast episode. Eventually, we're going to start bringing guests on.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We'll get there.
Once we get there. Yeah. This is like episode 11 of the podcast, I think, right?
Yes. Last week was
Pretty
10
sure.
and we
Yeah. Last week was episode
blew
10 and we
the-
did nothing special for it because we fucking suck.
I really screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We have fun doing this, man.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out, stopping in. We had people in the chat, or at least viewers, the entire 2.5 hours, whether it was a few or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10. I mean,
YouTube's shocked.
Why?
God, I didn't have anybody come in.
Oh, really? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. I ain't
It
worried about
bees
it.
what it bees. I
I
mean,
ain't worried about it.
I've seen your
Uh,
like gaming live streams. They get views, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us throughout this live podcast, man. We're gonna be back with more lives. Like I said, we're gonna be doing we're just gonna do live podcasts. Makes it easier on us. I don't have to upload to 15 fucking softwares, so makes it easier on me, makes it easier on Doug. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for today, guys. Thank
Ladies
you again
and gentlemen
so
of the
much.
chat, I am Brones. He is that Doug dude.
What?
Y'all have a
What?
good day. Have a great Sunday.
You totally fucked that up.
I know I did. I did it on purpose.
I'm Brones.
I'm that
He's
Doug
that
dude.
Doug dude. Y'all are amazing. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Peace. All right. That was so much easier.